Vectors 1. The figure below is a right pyramid with a rectangular base A, B, C, D, and VO as the height. The vectors AD is equals to A, AB is equals to B, and DV is equals to C. Express 1, AB in terms of A and C. 2, BB in terms of ABC. B. M is a point on OB such that OM to MB is equals to 3 to 4. Express BM in terms of A, B, and C. Simplify your answer as far as possible. In the figure below, OA is equals to 3I plus 4J and OB is equals to 8I minus J. C is a point on AB such that AC to CB is equals to 3 to 2. And D is a point such that OB is parallel to CD and 2OB is equals to CD. Determine the vector DA in terms of I and J. The vector ABC is a triangle and P is a point on AB such that P divides AB internally in the ratio of 4 to 3. Q is a point on AC such that PQ is parallel to BC. If AC is equals to 14 centimeter, 1. State the ratio of AQ to QC. 2. Calculate the length of QC. The ratio of in the figure below, KLM is a trapezium in which KL is parallel to NM and KL is equals to 3NM. Given that KN is equals to W, NM is equals to U, and ML is equals to V, show that 2U is equals to V. In a triangle OAB, OA is equals to L, OB is equals to B, and P lies on AB such that AP to PB is equals to 3 to 5. Find in terms of A and B the vectors 1, AB, 2, AP, 3, BP, and 4, OP. B. Point Q is on OP such that AQ is equals to negative 5 over 8A plus 9 over. If A, B, and C are points 2, negative 4, 4, 0, and 1, 6 respectively, use the vector method to find the coordinates of point D, given that A, B, C, D is a parallelogram. B. The position vector of point P and Q are P and Q respectively. R is another point with a position vector R is equals to 3 over 2Q minus a half P. Expressed in terms of P and Q, 1 PR, 2 RQ. Hence, show that PR and R are collinear. 3. Determine the ratio PQ to Q. Points PQ, R and S have a position vectors of 2P, 3P, R, and 3R respectively, relative to an origin O. A point T divides PS internally in the ratio of 1 to 6. A. Find in the simplest form the vectors OT and QT in terms of P and R. B. 1. Show that points QT and R lie on a straight line. B2. Determine the ratio in which T divides QR. Points P and Q have coordinates of negative 2, 3, and 1, 3 respectively. A translation maps point P to P prime 10, 10. Find the coordinates of Q prime, the image of Q, under the same translation. B. The position vectors of P and Q in A above are P and Q respectively. Given that MP minus NQ is equals to 12, 9, find the values of M and N. In the diagram below, the coordinates of A and B are 1, 6, and 15, 6 respectively. Point N is on OB such that 3ON is equals to 2OB. Line OA is produced to L such that OL is equals to 3OA. A. Find vector Ln. B. Given that a point M is on LM such that LM to MN is equals to 3 to 4, find the coordinates of N. C. If line OM is produced to T such that OM to MT is equals to 6 to 1, find the position vector of T. 2. Show that points LT and B are collinear. The position vectors of point A and B with respect to the origin are negative 8, 5, 12, 5 respectively. Point M is the midpoint of AB and N is the midpoint of OA. A. Find 1. The coordinates of N and M. 2. The magnitude of NM. B. Express vector NM in terms of OB and C. Point P maps onto P prime by a translation negative 5P. Given that OP is equals to OM plus 2MN, find the coordinates of P prime. Vectors OA is equals to 2, 1 and OB is equals to 6, negative 3. Point C on OB, point C is on OB such that CB is equals to 2OC and point D is on AB such that AD is equals to 3DB. Express CD as a column vector. In the figure below, OPQR is a trapezium in which PQ is parallel to OR and M is the midpoint of QR. OP is equals to P, OR is equals to R, and PQ is equals to a third OR. Find OM in terms of P and R. Vectors OP is equals to 6i plus j and OQ is equals to negative 2i plus 5j. A point N divides PQ internally in the ratio of 3 to 1. Find Pn in terms of I and j. Given that P is equals to 5a minus 2b, where A is equals to 3, 2 and B is equals to 4, 1, find A, column vector P, B, P prime, the image of P under translation vector of negative 6, 4. The position vectors of P, Q, R are OP 3, 6, OQ 2, 1, OR 4, negative 1. Show that QR are collinear. Given that A is equals to 4, 3, C is equals to negative 2, negative 5, and 3A minus 2B plus 4C is equals to 10, negative 19. Find B. Given that OA is equals to 3I plus 4J plus 7K, OB is equals to 4I plus 3J plus 9K, and OC is equals to I plus 6J plus 3K. Show that points A, B, and C are collinear. Given that OA is equals to 2, 3, and OB is equals to negative 4, 5, find the midpoint M of AB. Given that B is equals to 2, 4, C is equals to 3, 2, and A is equals to 3C minus 2B, find the magnitude of A correct to 2 decimal places. The portion vectors of point A, B, and C are OA is equals to negative 3, 4, OB is equals to 1, 2, and OC is equals to 7, negative 1. Show that A, B, and C. The portion vectors A and B are OA 2, 4, OB 12, negative 4. A point M is on AB such that AM is equals to half AB, and a point N is on OB such that ON to NB is equals to 3 is equals to 1 to 3. A. Find 1 AB, 2 NM, 3 NM correct to 1 decimal places. B. A translation vector maps A and to A prime 5, negative 1. Find the coordinates of the image B under the translation vector. A translation T maps A negative 6, 2 and to A prime 3, 5. A. Determine the translation vector T. B. A point P prime negative 4, 2 is the image of P and the translation T. Determine the coordinates of P. The portion vectors A and B are negative 4, 6 and negative 8, 2 respectively. Point M is the midpoint of AB and point N is the midpoint of OA. A. Find 1. The vector AB. 2. The coordinates of point M and N. 2. The magnitude of NM. B. The coordinates of point C is 2A. Vector CA is parallel to vector OB. Determine the value of A. The image P, negative 2, 5, under translation T is P prime 2, 2. Q prime 9, negative 5 is the image of Q under the same translation T. Determine the coordinates of Q.